Hey, what's going on, Dominator Podcast? My apologies for not getting you a live, recorded podcast coming along with the video and everything like that. It's been a crazy couple weeks. Just quick highlights. We got a new kitten. Her name is Lily. I love her to pieces. My heart melts because I love her so much. But she's also a little crazy. So she's been keeping us very, very busy. And, in my life with my wife, my beautiful wife, we are in the process of potentially moving because I work for the Air Force and I'm on a 2-year internship. And at the end of the 2 years, they either keep me here in LA, and if there's no job in LA, they move us somewhere in the world where there's an Air Force base. So those are some quick highlights. So we're kind of going through some transition. Sorry, Lily was playing with a wire, and I had to make sure she doesn't get to that. But today I kind of want to talk about something I've been dealing with when it comes to streaming, and that is like deciding what game to pick and how that can be not detrimental, but how can picking certain games can affect your growth as a broadcaster. So this one's a little bit more specific to video game streamers. But there's a lot of strategy that goes along with picking certain games. And let me explain. If you've noticed on Twitch, Mixer, or whatever you watch your video game content, when a big hyped up game drops, there's a bunch of people playing that game all at once, right? If you who, happen to have maybe not a big following, you're still growing your community. If you try to go in there, that might not be the smartest idea first day of launch, because all the other bigger streamers and all the medium streamers and all those small medium streamers are going to bury you down the directory. So it's okay to play those games on those days, but you have to realize that the trade-off is if you're focusing on growth, you may not see it that day, and you can't get judgmental of yourself when that happens. And that's been happening to me lately in regards to the game I've been playing, which is World of Warcraft. Since World of Warcraft released a little bit more than 2 weeks ago, I've had very, very little growth follower-wise. It just hasn't happened. Where I was averaging, I would say about 10 people a week, which is pretty good. Like I'm okay with that growth because of where I'm at currently on my channel. But since World of Warcraft dropped, I think I only gained like 4 to 5 followers in 2.5 weeks. So I've been just playing this mental battle of trying not to judge myself and thinking I'm doing something wrong. Because at the end of the day, if you're going to get into streaming, it has to be fun. It just has to be fun. And over the summer, I've kind of put Destiny on the back shelf until Forsaken came out because it just wasn't fun for me anymore. I wasn't excited about what was going on in the summer, but so when World of Warcraft came out, I was super hyped for it. I haven't played it in a long time, and I've been having so much fun playing it. It's been a great time. I've been playing with a lot of new friends I've been making here on Mixer. So it's funny because like I feel like I'm making good content. I feel like I could be doing, of course, better, but I'm making good World of Warcraft content. But at the same time, there's not a lot of people. Like there was so many people playing when it first came out. It was insane. Like even some of the top streamers on Mixer were playing. So of course I'm going to get buried over time. And with any game, it's going to take time. It's going to have play cycles like World of Warcraft does. Like within a year or two, there's another big update to their expansion. Same thing with Destiny right now. You had this like summer solstice, and now you're gonna have Forsaken drop in September, and then another DLC in December. So a lot of these, you got to remember, games have cycles, and because of those DLCs and those different types of cycles, it also affects the viewership of whatever platform you're playing on. My advice is always to play games that you're having fun playing. I know we can focus on growth, and I know if you played Fortnite right now on Mixer, you'd be doing great because everyone and their mother wants to watch Fortnite. But at the same time, there's the caveat of if you don't enjoy Fortnite, if you're not going to have fun and you're not going to put on a great show, then don't play Fortnite. You have to play games where you are going to have a good time and put on the best show you can, regardless of the growth. And that's what I've been doing with World of Warcraft. And like I said, I've been having a lot of fun, but not seeing a lot of growth. On the flip side, next week Destiny drops. it's going to be a lot of hype around I mean, there's already a lot of hype around this game, but on Mixer and on the Twitch and on Facebook, there's going to be a lot of hype and a lot of people playing Destiny. So I encourage you, if you want to play Destiny, absolutely play Destiny, stream it, have a good time. But sometimes you got to be strategic about which games you play at when and when. And Professor Broman suggested this this strategy about to share with you because, oh man, he found it from somebody else or talked to somebody else, but I can't remember who it is. I'm so sorry. But basically the strategy is this Twitch streamer who's partnered, he doesn't play really hyped up games or really big releases on launch day. He waits 2 weeks to play these types of games, because as you see those directories, they just explode on launch day. But 2 weeks later, they kind of dwindle down to more of an average, viewership. And he knows that those people who really want to watch that game are going to come back to that game. So that's his strategy. And I kind of want to implement that going on in the future. And another thing you could do is, let's say you want to play a fun game, or you want to focus on a game that has growth, but you also want to play this other game at the same time. What you can do is maybe play, let's say you have a hypothetical 6-hour block of streaming, right? You take the first 4 or 5 hours and playing that growth game or the game that you want to play, and the last 1 or 2 hours of your stream, play the game. My cat just jumped on top. You might see her tail. And, oh, she's looking at me. Sorry. I got distracted. She's so cute. She's looking at me in the monitor over here. You take that 1 to 2 last hours of your stream and play the game that you want to play. Maybe it's a little bit more chill. Maybe it's a little bit more just a different type of game that your community is not normally used to. And I think next week I kind of want to do that. I really want to focus on playing WoW because I'm having a great time. But when Destiny drops, I really want to focus on that as well. So maybe I'll play next couple weeks or next month or two. We'll see Destiny on the front end of the stream. But then the last end, I'll do like my world quests or a couple dungeons here on WoW so I can keep my character up and try to slowly get my item level up. So I hope today's podcast provided you some new information, new value, new strategies, and just practicality. Like that's for me, that's what really hits home when people are practical with me. So I want to be very practical with you. So that's why I shared those different types of strategies. But let me know what you thought. Have you tried these different strategies before, or do you have any other strategies for growth or games, or what are your thoughts? Please leave a comment wherever you are watching this podcast or listening to. So please like if you're watching on Facebook, subscribe and like on YouTube. And then like I said, if this podcast has provided you any value, please share it with as many people as you can, who you think would, benefit from this type of information. I gotta go because my cat is attacking my screen and this stuff's kind of expensive. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope to see you next time. Peace.